Oh, to shit out! You've got no friends. You've got no ground.
Them fucking Hawks are playing well. I'm telling you.
Well, you want some?
Hey?
You want some?
Well, the Hawks are playing well, wouldn't
You
they?
want some or what?
You read?
You want some
They're
or what?
fantastic. They're fantastic.
You're playing shit because you've got no friends.
What
And
are
you're a
you?
load of wankers. If you want some, I'll give it you. You want to do with me?
I'm joking, man.
I said, if you want some, I give it you.
He's a brave man. He's a brave man, bro. But big up to you, BBK. If we don't laugh, we will cry. You know.
Yeah, yes, sir. That is it.
It's what, the 18th, the 18th day and still counting.
Still
They told us not to worry on day 6. Was it day 6 when they told us not to worry? The biggest
or sooner.
platform out there.
Yep.
The biggest platform out there told us to stop worrying. We are going to do business. Wait. We're always waiting with this club, right, BBK? We're always waiting, always patient, always building. It's never now. It's never show us something. All we did really was re-sign. We're going to talk about this later, Skelly. And that's about it. And sign Kepa. That's our basically our transfer window. Obviously, we'll get to the schedule. The title says, is the schedule going to be a problem, Mr. Arteta? I want to explain it, why I said that. It's because in his last interview, he said that schedule, on us winning the title, it depends on the schedule. What? You play everyone 2 times. What's the schedule got to do with it?
Yeah.
Beat everyone in front of you, and that's about it. But BBK, tell me about your views on the 18th day so far.
It's more the same, isn't it? It's more the same. Like we thought Bertha was supposed to come in and change something. I don't think they have the pulse of the fan base at heart, because something, right? Give us something to believe in.
They gave you Skelly.
Yeah.
That's what they gave you. They gave you Kepa.
Yeah.
5 million. What did they show you, BBK? Yeah, sorry to intrude, but like 5 million. They didn't talk about the 100K. They wanted to talk about the 5 million. That's what they did. You see how they spin it? This is how this club spins everything. Yeah. So now, when you tell me 5 million, how I think of it, BBK, is that, all right, cool. We got Kepa for 5 million. Minor. I don't care. 5 million. Who cares? But then when you look at it and you see that it's 100K a week, they don't tell you about that. Why didn't they put on the front page? They put 5 million. They didn't put 100K. But tell me your views. Tell me your views on day 18th so far.
Yeah, it doesn't. The fact that he said something about the schedule at all, it's like he's laying the foundation for an excuse already before a ball is even kicked. You know the ones. Man is saying, like you said, bro, you play everyone twice, home and away. What does it matter?
Yeah.
Because I think he realizes that we're falling behind, and the excuses that they're running are not going to run anymore. Right. And then if we start slow, I think he's in trouble. I really do. I think the Emirates is going to get toxic if we start slow. Now we have a look at the schedule and can see that starting slow is not as far-fetched as people think, because people think we were just going to blow everyone out of the way. Just like last year, everyone think we were going to go to Old Trafford and turn them over. That's the very first game of the season. You know, we go there, it's 1-1. We come back to the Emirates, then this Leeds, must win. It's like pressure from day one, and he's almost like he's trying to release the pressure before it even starts, because we've seen him under pressure. We've seen this team under pressure, and it doesn't end up well. You know what I mean? Like the schedule is of no consequence, bro. No excuse. And if the schedule is that big of an excuse, then you should be moving differently in the transfer window. You should be bolstering your squad, because Liverpool don't have the excuse of we're playing in this Club World Cup thing, right? City they don't make excuses. They're playing in it, but shit, City was signing players from January. They signed 4 players already, or 5 since the transfer window opened. So I haven't even heard what he said about the schedule, but the fact that he even said something about the schedule annoys me. You know, that's just more Arteta tax.
Yeah, he said it, but he said it before the schedule came out. See, he said it at the end of the season. Me and Northside, big up to him. We were going through it, and he was like, "Schedule." We were like, "Stop. Are you really gonna blame the schedule? Are you really gonna blame the schedule? Is that your excuse?" Yeah. But they'll run with it. BBK. When we lose we're not going to lose all of them. Probably win one of them or whatever. It's going to be a bumpy ride. You remember Mahombe? Bumpy ride. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a very bumpy ride in the first 5 games. So what would happen is that we had a strong first 5 games. It was tough. That was the best we could do. So in the middle of the season, if you see us not doing well, they'll be like, oh, that's the excuse. They're gonna cook it and serve it to everyone, and everybody's gonna believe it. Yep. Everybody's gonna believe this excuse. Winners do not make excuses. Only losers make excuses. When you beat your little brother on PlayStation, what does he do? Oh, I don't know. Oh, you caught me by surprise. Oh, you touched my analog, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Why does he do that? Because he's lost. Yeah. Losers make excuses. Yeah. See, winners just win. Man City aren't using this Club World Cup and being like, oh, it's going to be tough. We're playing Club World Cup. We probably go to the semi-finals or something. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't they making excuses? They're going for it. They don't care about. When the game comes, you beat what's in front of you and you move on. I'm sorry, you're getting millions of pounds. You're worried about this is not an excuse. It's not enough. It's not enough. I'm sorry. It's not enough. But good news today is that we re-signed Lewis Skelly. I'm really happy for that. I can't lie. I like Lewis Skelly. I really believe he's our best midfielder. Yeah. I'm just gonna come out and say I really believe he's best midfielder. Not the left back, midfielder. I can really see him in that midfield cooking. He could, bro. I've seen him in some games that he carries the ball so well. Why do you think Real Madrid inquired about him? I believe it. Because Skelly is really a target. He should be way better than what he is right now. But either way, what's your thoughts on Lewis Skelly re-signing? I think he's a long-term contract now.
I'm glad about that. I think he's class, man. I think he is class. I think even Shane. I think Shane made a comparison that I also made a couple weeks ago when he talked about Lewis Skelly. When he was like, Lewis Skelly is essentially our Morgan Rogers. Right. Yeah, Morgan Rogers was good. And there was a time when we were talking about, I think Abs and I was on my channel, and he was talking about should we go get Rodrigo or should we go get Brandon Rodgers? I'm like, bro, let's go get Rodrigo because we leave the left wing. We need upgrade on our left wing. And you play Lewis Skelly in our left 8. Okay, that's where he occupies our space. Why do you think our attack is so one-sided? Down the right-hand side, everything has to go through Saka. It's because that left 8 spot still hasn't been sorted. Even if you go back to the PSG game, that Martinelli chance that he got and kicked straight at Donnarumma, that was Lewis Skelly riding the challenge, dribbling through that midfield and play Martinelli clean through. That's a hell of a PSG midfield. Now that everyone's catching on that they're really good with Vitinha, with Fabian Ruiz and all that, man. And Lewis Skelly was in there making a man of himself with them, 17, playing with them too.
Facts.
So this is why I'm so interested in it. Rashid, I think a new manager with a fresh set of eyes looks at this squad and gets more out of it. Because a new manager comes in, he's not emotionally tied to Odegaard and have to start him. He's not emotionally tied to Havertz and have to start him. New manager comes in, bro. There is no first name on the team sheet. From this, every man has to earn their spot. I think that works well for the squad. You know what I'm saying? Men really have to lace their boots up and go out and play now because Havertz.
Do you know what I believe, BBK? Sorry to cut you, but do you know what I believe? And big up to Shane in the chat, Static, big AJ, all the man them in the chat. Spam the likes, bro. Spam the likes. Big up to Shane, man, my guy. But do you know what I really believe? I really believe I want to buy. You know how all the man them don't want Nico Williams. They don't want the Liao. I do. The reason why, this is how I think of it. I think of it, he's better than Martinelli. So when we get a next manager, we are going to buy more players, but we already got a couple of players that might do it. They might be inconsistent, blah, blah, blah. Inconsistent players are rotational players. That's basically it. If you have an inconsistent player, you play him on the bench. You'll need him because he comes up with something. That's the thing about inconsistent players. So I really believe if a manager comes to this club, like you said, doesn't have ties, he'll look at that midfield and be like, I don't need Zubimendi. Let's tie Partey to another deal. Let's go out there and get a midfielder that is potential. He'll play like the 5th midfielder or the 4th. Like he plays when nobody else plays. Do you know what I'm saying? We're working on him. And then we've got Skelly in that midfield. We've got Skelly and Rice. We create competition between them, or Rice and Partey. we just create competition in that whole midfield. Because that midfield, our midfield, it is, oh my, it's like a truck. Slow. It's not good enough. You meet teams in the Champions League, they'll bop you off the park. Teams that play a low block and a mid block, you can't open them. You can't open them with players like that, BBK.
Yeah.
Because you're too slow on the ball. You can't find that pass. You can't play that little through ball. You can't play it over the top. You can't, because you're not, that's not your game. Right? That's not Rice's game.
Yeah.
But I really believe that Skelly can do something like that. See, Skelly can carry the ball. That's already an attribute that you need in the midfield. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I really hope that Skelly someday goes back to the midfield, because he can really catch. You seen him run from left back to fucking number 10, because you ain't got a number 10. Odegaard playing the number 8 that plays side to side, the easy pass. Everybody needs to play the easy under this manager. Skelly, do you know what our midfield would be? It would be Skelly, Ethan, and Rice. Yeah? And I'll create competition between Odegaard, Partey. You are going to play, but it's competition.
Yeah.
There is going to be a reaction to any game that you do. You play a game, you don't do well, off you go on the bench. Pep Guardiola. Nobody's better than Messi. Are you Messi? Are you Messi? No, you're not. You're not Messi. Then please, do you know what I'm saying? Please. I've got a little comment here saying, Clement is saying the pressure is on Berto. Get the signing quickly, so they accumulate to the team this preseason and hit the ground running the first 6 games. They're not going to do that. You've already seen it. Nothing's happened. It's the 18th. It's the 18th. We're not even playing the Club World Cup. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Now we're at a point where, like, let me think about Berta. Is Berta really, do you know what I'm saying, BBK? Is Berta really on the right guy for this job? Because I'm not seeing your touch. You know how a manager comes to a club and then instantly you see a touch? Even I think Pep Guardiola came to Miss City. They didn't win the league. They got like 4th place or something like that. They got Champions League. But like, you can see Pep Guardiola's touch. You can see it. I can't see nothing. I'll be real. Do you want to tell me your thoughts on Berta, BBK?
What's his purpose? He still haven't validated his spot in the club, because it's like you haven't even here. It's not like you haven't even arrived, bro. Because if you are a Berta, you're a sporting director. You've been a sporting director for one of the biggest clubs in Spain, right? You're not Real Madrid, you're not Barcelona. I get it, but you have competed with them, man, and took 2 titles away from them over the past, 15 years or so. So you have a dossier, you have a list, you have contacts in this football world. You're a Berta, right? You have left backs, you have goalkeepers, you have strikers. You can't tell me that Sesko was your top priority in your striker list when you're Andrea Berta, the man at Real Madrid, right? Atletico Madrid. So when you come to the Premier League now, and I see us linked with Sesko, I believe that this has nothing to do with you. This is just more of Arteta. This is just more of the same. So, like, what is your purpose? Why are you here? You're just another yes man. Like, when we signed him, I asked myself, we're gonna see in a couple of weeks, are you a Enzo Maresca type Italian, or you're Antonio Conte type Italian? And there's a big difference between the two, right? Conte, when he's not getting his way, man, come to a press conference and tells it like it is to the fans, or he walks. Man, won the Serie A at Inter. They weren't backing him. He walks, go to Napoli, wins the league, loses 2 best attackers and wins the league versus his former club. That's a winner. Or you can be a Maresca and be like, yeah, Champions League is the aim of the club after spending £1.5 billion. So I think we're getting our answer. It's more like he's the type of Maresca type Italian, where he's just like a company guy, a yes man. Because we have until he proves us otherwise, the jury's still out on you, bro. You were brought to this club to make a difference. Where's the difference? The difference is it's June 18th and Arsenal Football Club still haven't closed the gap on Liverpool or City. Matter of fact, it's gotten wider because Liverpool are about their business. Them men are about their business, bro. Medical Friday. The most creative midfielder in the world is going to take the load off Mo Salah and just free him up to score goals. We're in trouble. You know them ones. The gap is getting wider, and you're meant to direct our football and guide us in a direction to take us to the top, because we're second. Only one direction from second is acceptable for us, and it's up. And right now, I don't see us even staying that second row sheet. I see us falling out the top 5, bro. I honestly.
They better act quickly.
Yeah.
They really better act quickly because you've seen the news. Everybody here has seen the news. I know everybody's here to see your thoughts, my thoughts. But first, we'll get through some of the comments because
big up the chat, man. Big
we've
up
got
the
some of the real ones here. Big up
Big
the
up
chat, real ones, bro. Real ones. We got to push. You know what I'm saying? We got to push for this revolution. You get what I'm trying to say? The revolution will be televised. And man, them, like I've got BBK's link in the title, so please subscribe to him. One of the real ones, bro. He's one of the real ones. You get me? From now on, not from now on. I mean, we need to really help each other to take these guys down.
Yeah,
because
man.
we're really dealing with the uphill battle, a uphill battle.
Bro, I found that out the hard way, bro. We
It's
have a it's a up so we're swimming upstream, bro. We're swimming against the current.
Yeah, trust me, man. But yeah, Clement is saying, evening, like thief, big up to you, my friend. Big up. Clement is saying we will know if we will be competing for the title or we will be in the top 5 and Arteta be sacked by December. A lot of tricky games. Hey, listen, I think Matty, big up to him. I think he believes that he's going to get sacked by December. I don't think so. My opinion is no.
I think he's gone by October. I think if we start slow in our first 7 games, the international break in October, he's gone. I think if Liverpool or Man City
what is start slow though? What is start slow? But for you, like let's go through the games. Let's go through the games, okay? Let's go through the game. We got Newcastle away. What do you think's gonna happen there? In your
3
opinion?
points. No, I'm not here for excuses, bro. That's 3 points. In our first title charge, we went there, beat it 2-0, 3 points. That's 3 points. 3 points. That's what I'm saying.
Man United away, that's the first game.
3 points.
What do you think we'll get out of that? 3 points.
3 points. No less than 3 points, bro. That's a feeding ground for everybody. Everyone go there and fist them up. That's why I was so pissed off last year that we went there and gave these men 2 points. David Raya standing on his goalpost and let Bruno kick the ball in from 30 yards out.
I hear that. Big up Khawaja, man. Big up Khawaja. He's saying, we'll talk about that in a second. I understand your frustration, man. I'm in the same position as you. We all are. Why do you think everybody here is in the same position? I think 5 people are alive right now. You know what I'm saying? 5 people are alive right now from our community. So everybody's live. Everybody's live right now. Do you know what I'm saying? We saw that and we all scared. Why are we scared? I thought that we're in the top 6. I thought we always beat the top 6. Why are we scared? Why are we scared of them?
Yeah,
let them come. Let them come. Do you know what I'm saying? What do they always talk about, BBK? They always talk about how we beat the top 6, right? Why are you worried?
Yeah.
Why are you worried then?
Glad you touched on that, because that's one of the last points that the Top Gooners used to defend him is look at our top 6 record. Look at our record. That's why when you said United, I'm like 3 points. If we're that good against the top 6, 3 points. What are we talking about?
There you go.
You know what I'm
there
saying?
You go. Yeah.
Newcastle has upset or threatened the traditional top 6. They and Villa have over the past couple of years. 3 points. We're the best against the top 6, right? The best top 6 record. So what are we worried about? Like you said, come on now. 3 points. So when you said start slow, this is what I mean by start slow. If after the first 7 games, Liverpool and Man City are on 20 points, 21 points, and we're at 14, and we're on 14, that's a slow start. Then he has to go because we know we can't make that up. We have proven that we cannot chase these men down. You know what I mean? So a slow start, I think the Emirates gets toxic, and then the people who are not the bottom gooners or the top gooners, but those people who are on the fence, they will realize sooner than later, okay, it's not working. Sack him now so we can salvage the cups.
Do you know what the thing is, BBK? Yeah, and thank God for this as well. You know when you gas something up so much, it will come back to bite you. This is how it works. You lot, not you lot, as in the chat, big up to everyone, not one of you, but like everybody else, you know, the Arsenal fans were all like top six. You see us in the top 6, we're beating everyone. We're like 2nd place, I think, to Liverpool. Thanks to Shane for that. He's an encyclopedia of that this year. Trust me. He remembers every little thing. Big up to him. But they're always talking about top 6. Oh, all right, cool. Now you got top 6. The first 5 games. You got most of them are top 6. What are them? I think only one of them, Leeds. Leeds is the only game that you can probably. I wouldn't even care if you get 3 points. At this point, I don't really care. I just expect you to smash Leeds, like
Yeah.
not even talk about it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like Preston. It's like beating Preston in the cup. Nobody's gonna really talk about it. You can't boast about it. You understand why you beat Preston. You understand why you beat Leeds. But now, guess what? You got the top 6. Now you're gonna get tested. Yeah, and we're gonna see what Arsenal are gonna do. But they'll always make an excuse. We weren't ready. It shocked us. The schedule's against us. Conspiracy. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they'll say, bro. Fucking hell, man. Listen, these top gooners, bro. From now on, this is what I'm gonna do to them. Dude. This is what I'm gonna do. There's nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about, bro. You get me? 7 years, 6 years. What they telling me? They're telling me, oh, we're gonna go for it next year. If he doesn't do it next year, well, that's it for him. But you said that last year. When is it gonna end? So from now on, any top gooner, this is how it's gonna roll.
Oh,
This is how it's gonna roll.
You've got no friends. You don't know ground.
Them fucking Hawks are playing well. I'm telling you.
Well, you want some?
Hey?
You want some?
Well, the Hawks are playing well, wouldn't
You
they?
want some or what?
What? You read?
You want some
They're
or what?
fantastic. They're fantastic.
You're playing shit because you've got no friends.
What
And
are
you're a
you-
load of wankers. If you want some, I'll give it you. You want to do with me?
I'm joking, man.
There's gonna be a whole lot of that going on at the Emirates this season if we start
Yeah,
slow.
you want some? You
it's
want
gonna-
some?
Well, man, gonna be getting punched up in the urinals, all kind of shit this year if we start slow.
Because it's so annoying, BBK. We tell them time and time again, we're not against Arsenal. We want them to win, just like you guys. But it's stressing. I know that they're going to make up an excuse. I'm just going to think about it in the next hour or two. I'll find the excuse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're always going to use the excuse. But now it's going to be like, we weren't prepared for this. But you should be prepared. This is the whole fucking point. You got money and resources and men. You need to be prepared for shit like this. This is your team. This is Arsenal. You're playing Premier League. You need to understand that sometimes it's just gonna go that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It really shocked us though, BBK. Well, let's go on. Let's move on and go into is the schedule gonna be a problem for Arteta? Do you think it's gonna be a problem?
No. Because he comes out and he prides himself. He prides himself as a man who likes to take on challenges, right? Well, here it is, bro.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's your challenge. Because if you get through this tough schedule or this tough start to the schedule, that means you have an easy run somewhere along the line then. Right? So if you get through this, when you get that easy schedule or 6 or 7 games of not top 6 teams, well, if it's 6 games, hey, it's 18 points then, right? It's no excuse. It's no excuse, right? Because we've seen easy games last year. West Ham was supposed to be an easy game. They finished behind Man United. West Ham. They came to the Emirates and beat us. West Ham, West Ham. So we've seen that.
Fucking hell.
The reason why the top Gooners use this top 6 thing as look at our record against the top 6. Look at our record against the top 6 is because we have shit the bed against so many of the smaller teams. Remember the first year, Southampton.
Yeah.
Came to the Emirates and scored 3 goals. What? Like, let me ask you if you think Liverpool in their title running in any of those years would let a relegation team,
They're smoking them.
I put 3 past. 3.
BBK, they're smoking them. They're smoking them. This is how a big team moves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? A big team moves. They don't make excuses. They hit the first team they see. The first team they see. With no thinking about it, no nothing. Why are we worried? Why is everybody on the YouTube gone mad? Go check. Go check their lives. They go mad. They're like, oh, the schedule. Why are you worried? Why are you worried about Man United? They're 17th. They're 17th. Why are you worried about who else? Why are you worried about Liverpool? I thought they had an aging team. I think the team there that was gone. I think it was an aging team. They can't win the Premier League. Why are you worried about Man City? Man City are on a drop-off. They're drop-off. They got an aging team as well. Why are you worried about them? Why are you worried about Newcastle? They didn't buy anyone. They didn't buy anyone. They have a normal team. What do they have? They have talent fucking ID. They have one of the best midfielders they want to have the best midfields in the league. I really believe that Newcastle has one of the best midfields in the league.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You know who we're going for? Here it is. Because I saw it too. Big up Khawaja. We are reportedly agreed the deal for Benjamin Sesko. Zubimendi deal might be signed in the first July. We don't care about that. Forget about Zubimendi. We already got Partey, so Partey's kind of like there's no point. You didn't really get someone that's better. You know when you get like a Leao or Nico Williams instead of a Martinelli, that's better, isn't it? Because I'm tired of Martinelli. I don't know about your opinion, but I'm tired of Martinelli. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a bit better. But Zubimendi, Partey, I don't really think that Zubimendi's better than Partey. Do you know what I'm saying? On his day, of course, and if he's not injured and blah, blah, blah. But Benjamin Sesko, I really believe that we're going to get Benjamin Sesko. Do you think with Benjamin Sesko, we're going to go through that? Do you see the first games?
Sesko is coming to be a backup to Havertz, bro.
Yeah.
That's what Sesko is coming to be. You know, I said on my channel this morning, I really believe Arteta, he doesn't want a striker. He's been forced to sign one because we were only able to muster up 69 goals last year, right? And he's forced to sign a striker because he thinks Kai Havertz can do a job. In his own head, he believes Kai Havertz wins us the league last year or wins us the Champions League if he'd been fit. He thinks that. He really believes that because he wants to show us that he can win his way. He just doesn't want to the hell with just winning. It has to be his way. It has to be. Everyone is saying I can't win with Kai Havertz. I'm gonna show you. I'm smarter than you. I got more football acumen. All this stuff. Just the arrogance in him, bro. Man is so arrogant. He's like, bro. Imagine me turning up on YouTube with 1,400 subs, acting like I'm Lee Gunner, acting like I'm 100K and I've made it and I'm doing bits.
You can't do it.
Yeah, but like Pep can be stubborn and arrogant because his stubbornness and arrogance has led to troubles with two different clubs. One FA Cup,
and he's got credit in it. He's got credit in the bank. Like we've got 26 trophies. Like you can't talk to a guy like that. Let's be honest.
FA Cup in 5 years and a couple of second place finishes does not give you the license to move the way you are moving, right? Yeah, like bro, in the end of it, Erling Haaland was right all along. Stay humble. He's not a humble.
Stay humble,
man. Yeah, he's an arrogant prick, bro. He's an arrogant prick that walks around like he owns the room, and he's gonna show us that he's gonna die on that Kai Havertz hill. I just hope that by the time he gets sacked, it's not too far in the season where we're out of all the cups. That way, someone can come in and we can actually salvage the season and get one of the cups because we're moving, bro. I agree with Shane. Shane said he thinks we fall out the top 5. I think we're like right there. I think a 4th or 5th place finish is the best we can do this year. If the window closed today, if the Premier League, if the FA said, you know what, emergency, no more transfers, shut the window now. But if you haven't signed the players, too bad. If you signed players already, great. And we had to start with the seasons we have, the squad we have now. We're nowhere near it. Nowhere. Not with the squad, not with the manager, not with our playing style, none of it. We're not even sure that Gabriel is going to come back 100% from his hamstring injury. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure either.
You know what I mean?
Injuries fuck you up. I can't lie. I agree, man. That's the problem, BBK.
Yeah. This whole we've had the best defense in the Premier League. Cool. But that's not even something we should even talk about right now because we've had the best defense in the Prem for 2 years running with nothing to show for it. If anything, we should get bantered for that. You know what I'm saying? When Chelsea had the best defense and conceded 15 goals, they won the league. You know what I'm saying? and we've done it twice. We've had the best defense twice and nothing to show for it. So we should
because he didn't work on the midfield and the attack. Right. He worked on the defensive aspect of the game, but he didn't work on the attacking aspect. You can see in some games you do not need Rice and Partey in that midfield together. Right. Even on FIFA, I wouldn't do that. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that because that's too defensive. Let's be honest. I know Rice can do a job as a number 8, but I don't want someone that can do a job. I want a specialist. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm fixing my house. I need a specialist. I don't want someone that can do the job. Cheap, you buy cheap, you buy twice. It's how it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, in that midfield, if we're going to go, I think we're going to go with the same midfield next season. I think it's just going to be Zubimendi in that number 6, and he's pushing Partey out.
Yeah.
Because how hard can it be to actually like sign up Partey? He's 32. What is he? 32, 31? You know what I'm saying? You're Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he has some, I don't know, some crazy deals. He probably has a couple of deals from AC Milan, Juve. We can bully them.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a really, do you know what I'm saying, BBK?
Yeah, they're not going to pay him 200K. The only place he's going to get 200K is either here or Saudi. Right?
Yeah.
At Arsenal, Saudi. But this is the thing, Rashid. We're struggling to sign our own player. So I'm not full with confidence that we can go sign other players. And Jalil is saying that the deal was for Sesko has been accepted. Hey, fair play. Like, I don't want Sesko. I don't think Sesko is a bad player. I just think it's not what we need right now. We need a ready. We're in win now mode, right? Sesko seems like another prodigy signing. But if that's your man, go get him. Go get him and start. Don't haggle around and wait until, because what I don't want the club to do is go on this other PR spin, because I heard you say this on another channel. I'm not sure whose channel it was. Might have been North, when you said we're not even selling players. The hell with signing players. We're not even getting rid of players that we have. So I can see the club using that as an excuse while we're not signing. Oh, July 1st comes around and be like, okay, well, we need to get rid of some players first before we sign more players. Before you know it, it's July 15th. And we're like, oh shit, it's 8 days away from the preseason starting, and we haven't really got rid of the players that they said we need to get rid of to go sign new players. And then it's the roundabout that begins again. And before you know it, it's July 25th, and we're like, oh shit, man, it's 3 weeks away from kickoff, and we haven't signed the players that we need to get them incorporated into the squad. It's a mad one. Partey 32. Yeah, it's 32. Sign him up, man. We re-signed El Neni.
Oh my days. So, he can become a coach.
Yeah.
We're family. We're family.
We've re-signed Jorginho and El Neni. None of them men were at Partey levels. And both of them got new deals renewed. And Partey just came off the season of being our best midfielder, and we can't get this done.
Yes.
Ass backwards FC.
Yeah. Jorginho, we signed him to a new contract. Gave us absolutely nada, nothing. Nothing. All that bullshit about experience, blah, blah, blah. Where's the experience? I don't see it. I don't really see the experience. What are you talking about, bro?
Partey's got
what are you talking about?
Partey's got wealth of experience.
Bro, I swear to God, if we're going next season with I see we're not buying any midfielder. Do you think we're gonna buy another, not Zubimendi, another midfielder?
Nope.
Do you think we'll buy another midfielder?
I think it's Zubimendi, Kepa, Sesko. That is.
Or do you think Partey is gonna get the deal or not? That's a tough one, isn't it?
I think he goes.
Fuck, Look, listen, if we're going for the same
I hope I'm dead wrong about this. Because if Partey becomes the Jorginho, and then we got that quality depth, that gives me hope that we can actually win one of the cups when we go rotate in the cups.
Nice.
Because when we draw a big team in the fifth round of the FA Cup, I'm expecting us to put a Premier League team out, because we'll probably be out the title race or nowhere near it by then. So put a strong team out and try to win one of the cups. Yeah,
facts. I really believe. You know what's crazy, BBK? Yeah, is that he saw why we lost the league this season. It's very obvious why. Lack of creativity, because our conversion rate is quite decent. So lack of creativity, and obviously the striker position. So it's very obvious what you need to buy. If you have a lack of creativity, BBK, on a fucking FIFA thing, whatever they play, or Ultimate Team, you have a lack of creativity. You're not creating a lot. Who do you go and buy?
Well, you go buy a
number 8.
Creates.
Number 8, number 10, someone that can create. Do you know what I'm saying? Who does he buy us? Another side-to-side guy. And he leaves the best midfielder as a left back. The best midfielder, bro.
Yeah.
We're talking Lewis Skelly that can boss that left side of the midfield. What is he going to keep? Going to keep Rice. And we're just going to score those set pieces in some games here, we'll just scrape some games here, some games there, and then we'll get a couple of points, and then it's the same as last season. It's just that this guy, if he wins a cup, I think he will stay. I think they'll give him another year or two. Do you believe so?
Yeah, but I think if it's the FA Cup, maybe I'll hear it. If it's the EFL, I'm like, nah, bro. 5 years of EFL Cup is not good enough. Like, an EFL Cup is good for a new manager coming in by himself sometime. This is your team, your squad. Now, if he does like a domestic cup double, fair play. You win a Champions League and Premier League, that's not even here for discussion. I hear it. But you do a domestic cup double, but his record in the cups are so poor that I don't trust. He's come closer to the Premier League than he's done any of the cups. You know what I mean? So I don't expect him to do anything in any of the cups based on is this historical performance. I just don't see it. It's like I used this analogy when I was talking to Abs the other day. Like, where you know when you're missing by like a desk or a piece of furniture, and it comes and you have to assemble it. We just start putting shit together. We don't read the instruction. We just and
sounds
that's
like
why
me.
we decide we finish. You know what I'm saying? Because we see that the team needs our defense is our midfield that can need some upgrade, but the attack is the glaring problem. But we're buying more defensive players. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, when Edu came out last year at deadline day and said, we weren't planning to sign Sterling, but the opportunity presented itself. What I took from that statement was, you men were comfortable going into another title race with Manchester City, signing Calafiori, a defensive player, and Moreno, another defensive midfielder. You thought that was enough to close the gap on City.
Because that was the idea.
Yeah.
BBK, that was the whole idea. The idea was to play Moreno in that midfield and Partey to be pushed out. That's why we're struggling with Partey right now. He was going to be pushed out. It's just that Partey bossed it. You have to play him.
Bossed it. So no attacking players. There was no attacking players in the fray. And I was like, what are these men thinking? How am I meant to trust a coach, a manager, and the club who has signed more goalkeepers than strikers? Has this ever happened? Along with the club that's never scored, had a double-digit score rate over 100 years, which is another record that he broke. Has any other top club ever done that? Sign a goalkeeper every window? Has that ever happened? Like I know Shane and the Assembled and all these men have all the historical data, but that's what he's done, bro. Man has signed more goalkeepers than attackers. That is crazy. But no, I saw Jaleel in the chat say not even a left winger. No, I don't think we'll sign a left winger. I don't. I think he is comfortable with Martinelli and all the work that he does off the ball, right? So normally when a winger is talked about what he does off the ball, is usually because what he goes forward is not worth mentioning. Because if you look at a Lamine Yamal, no one ever talks about what he does off the ball, ever. It's when he gets on the ball, that's when he does his magic. Trossard, it's 50-50 with him. I think Trossard is a quality footballer, but he doesn't have pace, so you can't play him on the wing as an all-and-out winger for 90 minutes. He's essentially a super sub, but then when he doesn't start, he sulks. And when he does start, he stinks up the place. So I don't think Zinchenko can play in the midfield. I hear it. But as for Partey, Rashid asked BBK Tenali Partey.
Sorry, BBK. Sorry.
No, you good, man. Yeah, Jaleel.
What are we talking about now? Are you reading? Reading the last comment?
Yeah, I was just going through the comments, man. Yeah, Jaleel.
Arteta needs to go next season if this continues. People believe that he's going to go by Christmas. Hopefully, inshallah. Let's keep it real. Top players don't want to come to a club with no ambition. Yes, that's something to talk about. The thing is that it's not just big up to Williams, of course. Yeah, William Hall.
That's the top comment right there. Yeah,
rare, and I really believe it. Yeah. You know, one time they asked me, they was like, if we were to go sign Rodrigo, what do you think? I was like, I'm Rodrigo. Convince me to come to Arsenal.
Yeah,
I play for Real Madrid, the best team in the world. So maybe I would move to a Bayern Munich or a Barcelona or do you know what I'm saying? Or a City. I ain't coming to Arsenal. Why would I come to Arsenal? Whatever you pay me, a Saudi can pay me more. Am I gonna win titles? No. Am I gonna be benched sometimes? Yes, by this manager. Because you're not his top choice. This guy does not like stars. This guy does not like players that are right now ready. Gyökeres, it's just a stupid option that you have to go for that. That is so obvious that you need. Gyökeres got the numbers. He can jump high. You know what I'm saying? He can score headers. He can do everything you want. Why would you go for the guy that is not ready yet? Do you know what I'm saying? And I can see it really. These guys, because when they come to a club, they want you to present them a proper, you know what I'm saying, ambition, because he can get more money at Saudi. Why would he come to a club? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He can get more money. So I'm thinking it's a big problem with Arteta. He has no pool. Yeah. He has no pool, and Arsenal have one pool. You know what it is? It's paying them a lot of money.
Yep.
That's what it is, paying him a lot of money. But
Yep.
when we have a conversation with someone like Rodrigo or Gyökeres, they're gonna get the same money at Chelsea or Liverpool or wherever. Do you know what I'm saying? Why would they come to Arsenal? So you don't really have something to offer. How can you to the top ones, to the top players?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What's your thoughts on it, BBK?
No, I agree. The only thing we could use to convince Rodrigo to come to Arsenal right now is like, bro, you know Carlo doesn't fancy you. That's why he didn't play you at Real Madrid. Carlo is now managing Brazil. It's a World Cup year. If you want to make it into the World Cup squad for Brazil, you have to give Carlo a selection headache, which means
Shit, I didn't think of that.
you need, yeah, Carlo. So he has to go somewhere where he plays regular minutes at a high level and bang. And Arsenal can offer him that, right? He automatically becomes the best left winger, one of the best left wingers in the Premier League, right? He comes and he's going to play. And you play for Arsenal, it helps you get into the Brazilian squad than it does if you were to play in Saudi. That's the only thing I could use that's the only carrot I can dangle in front of him. It will never be, I wouldn't even mention the manager, right? I would mention, hey, that you need to get in the squad, so you need to play well so Carlo can't leave you out. And, Gabriel Jesus is here, another Brazilian. Gabriel is here. He's in the squad. Martin said if you don't speak English, there's enough Portuguese here for you to get along and get around, right? That's the only way we can get Rodrigo to this club. But as far as the other players, yeah, they look at Arteta and be like, this guy's not going to enhance my career. I see how Arsenal play football versus what Arsenal used to play football. Now it's Pep B, and it's just back pass, back to it's a horseshoe, back to the other side, back to the other side.
U-shaped football, innit? U-shaped football.
Yeah, it's you're not allowed to express yourself, not allowed to play football. You're just a pawn in a system of movements. You're not allowed to actually play football. Brazilians like to play football. But I'm just tired of him, man. But what we do know is this is his last season, or we'll win something. At the end of the season, we'll find a silver lining. We'll have a new manager, or we'll have a trophy, because I don't think he can survive. And if we're saying that we're finishing outside the top 4, possibly 5, that means Chelsea have now leapfrogged us, and another team have now leapfrogged us. He can't survive that. So he is done either way. Or we win. And he can win and shut us all up. That's the solution, Arteta. Win and shut us all up. Or move on, bro.
We move on. Bye. You get me? 100%. 100%, I agree. This is a question for you. Boy 10 is saying, big up Boy 10, man. Boy 10 ain't got no chest today. There's nothing to talk about, Boy 10. You can't wind me up.
That's when I said when you asked who we're signing, I said Kepa, Zubimendi, and Sesko, and he's like, not even the left winger. I said, no, I don't think we get a left winger. Because I think he likes what Martinelli gives us off the ball, which was what I don't like. Because if you're telling me what my winger does off the ball, that means he doesn't do enough on the ball. So you have to make up shit to justify his selection. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't think we signed.
No, fact. I'm tired of Martinelli. I don't know about you, but I'm tired.
Yeah, I think he's past his sell-by date. He's past it.
Him? Oh, yeah, he's past it. Either you play him as a striker or just let the guy go. Let him go. Get the 50 million or whatever for him and just let the guy go. It's like Garnacho. See how Man United are going to do with him. Just let Garnacho go. You might be a potential, but we just don't have time right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To actually play you in the right spot, in the right time. We don't have time for that, do we? Do we, BBK?
Yeah, no, man. We're in phase 10.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And he's on phase 1. It's different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's win now mode. You have to win. I can't. I can't. The football is not great to watch, and the results aren't justifying the bad football. And we have to do what we have to do. And if I'm Andre Berta, along with looking for other left wingers, other creative players, other backups for Saka and all this stuff, I'm also secretly looking for a manager.
Exactly. That's what we should be looking for real. For real, bro. For real. But I hope this guy goes, really.
And I seriously hope, and because you can't be a sporting director and have personal feelings and attachment to the manager. You, as the director of football for the club, have to have an alternate, a contingency, and an emergency plan in your head should the manager get sacked and the results go bad. So he better know, hey, this guy, that guy, and that guy are my targets should this go pear-shaped in September. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's how someone that gets that kind of money. For me, if you're getting that kind of money, you need to think like that. You know what I'm saying? You need to be up to that level. But yeah, man, we're just saying we need to buy players for every position, just not the attack. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It is defense as well. If our CBs get injured, Calafiore, Kivior might be our backups. Facts. That's another problem. But the way I look at it is that I want you to start with the midfield and the striker problem, and then move down to the centre back. Even though I don't think they'll buy anyone, do you know what I'm saying? It's just too much money, and they ain't got money. They showed us they don't have money. They want to Klarna Zubamendi, 55 million. They want to Klarna. They want to pay him in free for Zubamendi. So I don't really think they got the money for that. And we need at least, in my opinion, at least 6 players. At least. And this is 6 players, just at least. I can go to 10. But I just go 6 to be realistic, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Because you know how they be. You know how they be. They'll ask you that question.
I don't even think we get 6 players, bro. I don't think we get 6
players,
I
think about 3 or 4. I think 3 or 4. Zinchenko can play in the midfield. We've seen that. But he doesn't like that kind of midfield. That's the problem. He doesn't like that kind of midfield. He wants him in the left back, invert into the midfield. That's where he wants him. And he's not going to change his mind. You see Martinelli go 1-on-1 with Southampton. He didn't know what striker that we have is really going 1-on-1 like that. Right. Nobody has movement like that. He didn't even see that Martinelli's the guy. Martinelli's that guy that he put as a striker just behind the player, behind the behind the defense. So when you got a ball, a little through ball, a little over the top, he's there. He's the guy that gets the ball and might score. His finishing is a bit shaky, innit? But his movement is sick when he's a striker. His movement is sick, but he doesn't see that. Skelly carrying the ball from left back to number 10, giving it to the striker, giving it to the wingers from left back, and he doesn't even like, you know what I'm saying, overlap any players. He goes through the midfield carrying the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't see that. He does not see that. Rashid, what about Lokonga? Would you put him in? Yes. You imagine that? I'll be real, yeah? Anybody but Declan Rice. Lokonga's got a bit of more agility than Declan Rice. It's just Declan Rice is too slow for that number 8. No, you can't be playing that number. Come on. It's not just me. I know you, man, think like me, bro. Come on. We can't be playing Rice in that number 8 no more. It's too long. We tried it. Side to side, and then ball in the box, and then maybe he'll get it or not. We need that midfielder that can get the ball. We need a Cazorla. We need a Nasri. We never played football like this. We need a Nasri. We need someone like that. We need a Ramsey. We need that kind of players. Do you know what I'm saying? But BBK, that's a good question. Still, what's your thought, man? What's your thoughts on Lokonga?
I don't think Lokonga is Arsenal title winning standard. He's not the guy for me. But yeah, what you said there about Declan is that Declan does his best work protecting the back four, right? Protecting the back four, breaking up play, or pressing high. Like the Man City game at the Emirates, every time they tried to play it from the back, it was him pressing, winning the ball, led to Kai Havertz putting one wide, led to the other one being a goal. That's when he does his best work. He has an engine on him, but he's not a techie footballer, right? He's not techie. That's why Partey is so good in that position, because he's press resistant. You can't get the ball off Partey without fouling him. You know, if you force Declan Rice to his weak side, you can make him take a bad heavy touch. You can't do that to Partey. Partey is like I don't want to say he's Busquets level, but you know what I'm saying. Like, he's very good with the ball at his feet, very technical. But
he can break the lines. He can,
he can break the lines. Lokonga, not it for me. It's time to move him on. Move him on.
No, I hear that, bro. But it's just that I want that kind of profile. I'm not saying I want someone that's a little bit more techier, not a little bit techier than Rice. I want someone techie in that midfield to create more. That's going to solve our creative problems. But this guy loves to defend.
Which confuses me, because Arteta comes off like he likes players who can play in multiple positions, versatile players, right? That's why he likes Calafiore. He can play left back, and Kivior can play left back and center back. Bro, Eze can play across the middle, and he can play left wing, and he's very creative. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it fits the profile.
I don't know what to say.
Go get him.
The profile. Oh my god, I hate that word. I hate that word, BBK, bro. He doesn't fit the profile. What the fuck is the profile? The profile ain't working. Change it. Change it.
Gotta be a nice guy, man.
It's a nice guy.
That's what
he likes. Cares, bro.
he likes a happy.
He's not going out with your sister. He's not going out with your sister. You know?
Bro, I'm telling you, he likes everyone's happy, team dinners. You know, no one can. Bro, you need
going
some
out together.
Yeah, you need some ass. You need someone that would run a red light. You know what I'm saying? And come tell you, be like, hey,
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't have that. We don't have that.
No, see, the pricks are usually ballers, and ballers win you titles.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So what you need to do, you need to have a nice mix. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the point where the pricks won't create a problem because they're all right. They're in a good safe space. You know what I'm saying? They're getting game time. They're winning. They're scoring goals, and we're all happy here. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to be a manager and a coach at the same time. You get me? His man management is shit. I would have quit in one day if I was working for Arteta. One day. I talked to him the first time. I'm like, fuck this prick. I'm going out. Yeah. This ain't worth minimum wage. You get me? Fuck that. Yeah. You get me? But it's basically his man management is shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's so everything's really shit about him apart from the defensive aspect of the game. That's all I can see. Views is saying it's hard out here for the pimp. Facts, bro. Facts, bro. We ain't getting no things. But how I just saying, Rashid, ask BBK, Tonali or Partey? That's a question for you, BBK. Go on.
Tonali, he's younger.
Straight away. Young project, right? Young project.
Yeah, he's younger. Partey is 32. I think Tonali is 26. Yeah, Tonali.
What about talent?
I think Partey is better on the ball, better passing range. I don't think there's much in it. I think it's like, but I rate Tonali though. I think he's a top baller. He scores goals, late crasher of the box. He can press. Yeah, I like Tonali. Right? If I'm taking him now, at this age and this age, I'm taking Tonali. But if in both in their prime, Partey. Yeah. Because remember, Partey,
there you go.
Partey had Rodri on the bench at Atletico. People forget that, man.
I know. He was bossing it, Partey. Even Partey, our problem with Partey, I'll be real, like 90% Arsenal fans only gave up on Partey because of the injuries.
Yeah.
So because the injuries occurred, they kind of gave up on Partey. They went to the next shiny toy, Declan Rice. Yep. Do you get me? That's the next shiny toy. But Partey was in that midfield busting it.
Yeah, Partey, Gabby, and Koke, Atletico midfield was unplayable, bro. They were mad.
Bro, Partey sometimes was pressing midfielders, was pressing their defenders, and he was a number 6. That's how much Atletico Madrid were pressing. I can't lie. What Simeone's done with them is crazy. Pardon me, but I was just saying, okay, cool. AJ's saying Lookman factually has a 47 million clause. He's got an attitude problem. There you go. There's your first one. There's your excuse. He's got an attitude problem. Yeah? Let's go get Osimhen. Osimhen killing it. Scoring 50 goals. He's got an attitude problem as well. So what? So fucking what? How come Abba played for Klopp and it was all right? Klopp didn't care. Tuchel didn't care as well. Tuchel bought him twice. He played for him. Why didn't he have an attitude problem with Tuchel? Innit?
Because the thing about Alba, if you remember our FA Cup running when we won the FA Cup, that City team that we beat in the semifinals, they were better than us. The difference is that we had a clinical goal scorer who was the Alba. The Chelsea team we beat in the final, they were better than us. The difference is we had a clinical goal scorer. Man twisted up Zuma and scored the goals. We don't have that now. You know what I'm saying? Havertz is not scoring that goal that Alba scored against Chelsea in the final. Havertz is receiving the ball. He's passing it back to Odegaard, and he's running in the box. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't score Aubameyang goals. He doesn't score Isak goals. Tell me when's the last time anyone seen Kai Havertz scored a goal outside the 18? When he just picks
I don't know the last time that Havertz did that. I can't lie.
Right, that's what I'm saying, bro. And as a striker, that's an indictment on your ability. You're a poacher in the box. You need to be a complete striker. If you're playing for Arsenal Football Club, you need to be at Van Persie levels. That's the strikers that I'm used to. You know what I'm saying?
That's the striker we're looking for.
Yeah.
That's the striker I'm looking for. I'll be real. I'll be real.
Let's go in that. So that's why when I hear all these names like Mateta and Chris Wood, granted, those players are good players, decent players, but this is Arsenal. We went from Henri to Van Persie, Aubameyang, and the level just that's the minimum.
Sanchez.
That's the minimum. Yeah, though that's the attacking strikers that we need at this football club, not some third choice for their national team. Nah, bro, we need to have one of the best strikers in the world playing for our football club. That's who we are.
Facts, bro. Facts. AJ here is saying Eze factually has a 68 million buyout clause. I like Eze, bro. I'll be real. I like a techie player when I see one. I don't give a fuck if he's a good guy, bad guy. He's not gonna, do you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna marry my sister, is he?
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't care. I want you to score goals, to give assists, to show me some football. That's what I care about. I'm a consumer, like you lot, like everybody here. We're consumers, right? I want the best. I want the best. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I want. We're paying a lot of money for tickets, blah, 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 for shirts. You know what I'm saying? For watching this football club, time. We want something in return. It's just how it works. I go out there, £1, get a Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's always lit, always nice. Why? It wants to keep its customers, keep us. Buy me a player like that. Buy me a proper player that I look forward to. Not Sesko where I'm like, oh, okay, he's going to be a good player in 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
The fuck?
Come
4
on,
years?
man.
4 years, maybe none of us are here for 4 years. We want right now. We want right now. I don't want to talk about 4 years. What's all this bullshit, bro? I swear to God, in Mbeumo. Yeah, you go, in Mbeumo. And Mbeumo has another one. 20 goals, Brentford. Come on, bro. Killing it. Killing it. You can't score 20 goals in Brentford. I heard there's no penalties. I heard there's 20 goals, as in no penalties. That is just mad. If he
took pens.
Did he take pens?
He took pens.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah, he took pens. But yeah, still, 20 goals is, bro, 20 goals.
20 goals. With Brentford, it's just mad. It's just mad. You ain't got that many chances. So your conversion rate is second to none because you ain't getting that much chances with Brentford.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially if he says no, he says no. At least make an offer. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I used to say. I used to say, even go from Mbappe, just send the message. We're out there. We're out there looking for big players. We're never like that. We're not respected in a room. As soon as someone picks up to Arsenal, he's like, what do they want now? You get me? Like, no, we're not respected in that room. Like Man City, when they walk in and they talk to a player, the player straight away like, yes, I want to join. I like this project. I believe in it. What about us? We're struggling with Zubimendi because he's waiting for Real Madrid. Let's be honest here. He's waiting for Real Madrid. Tchouaméni, Xabi Alonso doesn't want Tchouaméni no more. So what is that? That's the number 6. Zubimendi's idol is actually Xabi Alonso. And guess what? They're both from Sociedad. And guess what? They're similar players. Come on. It's obvious. It's obvious that he's waiting for another offer. If Real Madrid don't work, okay, I'll go to Arsenal. Because Real Madrid will be like 55 million. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they actually value the player. Even if you're a good player, like for example, Havertz. You remember when we bought Havertz? Real Madrid came in and they put 20 million on the table. They're like, all right, cool. We'll take him for 20, 25. They're like, hell no. All right, cool. See what Real Madrid do? So the offer was 25. It was 25. That's what they value the player. So the player is a 25 million kind of player. We ain't gonna put that money for that guy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But they went and put 100 million on Ronaldo because they see the value in him. That's the thing. We don't do that. We go to players and buy them straight up. We pay over the market for the player to come. And he's class B. Like no player is a world-class player that we have. Except for maybe Saliba. And Saliba's not even an Arteta signing. He's just talented. Apart from that, everybody else is just all right, good players. We don't want that. We want more. But big up Gunner Lane in the chat. What are you saying, Gunner Lane, bro? It's been time. It's been time. Hope you're well. Striker first, then wingers, then midfielders, then defense. 100%.
I agree.
I agree with you 100%.
Spot on.
100%. Facts. Big up you not in the chat. What are you saying, man? Them? What are you saying, bro?
Big up.
You know, man, real one. Other clubs and their fans have an idea what the club is doing. The most frustrating thing for Arsenal fans is that I swear to God, well done. Fresh Drip. You feel me, bro? He feels me. This guy.
Yeah, big up, yeah.
I don't know what they're trying to do. BBK, please help out. Please help out. Well,
Fresh Drip. Here's the thing, right? One of the biggest criticism Liverpool had of their club, Liverpool fans had of their club after they won the league in 2019, 2020, is that they didn't strengthen, they didn't add to the squad, and they fell off the following year. I think they got like 69 points only, right? Liverpool won the league this year. Guess what they're doing? They're listening to their fan base, and they're strengthening because they lost strength. If you switch places with Liverpool and Arsenal, and it was Arsenal who won the league and lost their right back, you know what Arsenal would do? Go get a right back, and that would have been it. Okay, we won the league. We were going to replace Trent. That's it. Nah, Liverpool is like, we're replacing Trent, and we're adding the best attacking midfielder on the free agent market right now in Florian Wirtz. They didn't have to do that. They won the league with McAllister,
with what they have. Yeah.
Gravenberch with some others. And you notice you hear no Liverpool fans, none of them asking, where's McAllister going to play? Where's Gravenberch going to play? Where's Sabozla going to play? But whatever we're linked to a player, it's where's Saka?
Oh, where's Odegaard going to play?
Yeah, like,
where's Saka going to play?
You know what I'm saying? So Liverpool, they listen to their fan base, and now the club and the fan base are in unison. And just look at how they're moving. You go find any Liverpool stream right now, any Liverpool content creator, and just watch their streams versus look at us. It's like they're eating steak and we're eating shit. It's like we just look like the angry people in the room all the time. And we're not crazy. Like, we have a reason to be angry. You know what I'm saying? That's what a club who is in tune and reading the pulse of their fan base is. We have the evidence. Like, imitation is the finest form of flattery. We see what works. Just because they're doing it, we can't do it with yes, the fuck we can. It works. So go do it. Go sign good players and hire good managers. It works. We try this and we try that. How about we try a new manager?
Oh, it's not FIFA, BBK. It's not FIFA. It's not FIFA. You can't just buy players. I've seen so many teams do that. Why is it when it comes to us, it's different? Why? I just don't get it, bro. Big up you not chatting. Oh, no, not marrying your sister. Exactly, bro. Not marrying my sister. Who the fuck cares, bro? You get me? If he's a nice guy, I'm not going to talk to him. I'm just going to see his goals and how he plays on the pitch. I don't care if he goes out after. You get me? I'm not going to meet him. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. You get me? He's a player for a club that I love, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
This emotional attachment is just crazy, you know, baby. Sometimes I think like it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit gay. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't understand it. I don't understand this attachment for the players, bro.
Yeah. Are you gay?
What the fuck is going on?
Yes, you are.
You get me?
He calls his brethren babe.
You know what? At this point, I just tell the top gooners, bro, just tell us you fancy him. That's what it is at this point. Just tell us you like the guy. You like him. He has great hair and he speaks well and he dresses nice. Just say you like him. That's it. Because you're not defending him on merit on football. Because 5 years in the job and not winning anything, he is failing, and you're defending this shit, bro. Wenger in his dead last 2 years won in 3.5 years won 2 FA Cups. So we sacked our legend for less. And you just just say
there must be some weird relationship between the players and these fans. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run it one more time for the
He calls his brethren babe.
Yeah, they like him, bro. That's it. They fancy him.
Are you gay? No. You get what I'm trying to say? What is going on? Yeah, there's something wrong with these fan base, bro. There is really something wrong. You get me? Yeah. Big up, man. Big up. Every time you talk about this club, bro, I swear to God, it gets to you. The fact that Newcastle have that striker we need is mad. Real talk. Arsenal need to go in there and turn Isaac's head. No one in their right mind chooses Newcastle over the Arsenal. They're not even talking to him. Fresh, they're not even talking to him. I swear to God, they're not talking to him. I know for a fact.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're going for Sesko. Sesko's the best choice right now. Gyökeres is a maybe, but it's like a 20% 80. That's what it is. I don't know. That's my opinion on it.
And you know what's Fresh Drip? If we go get a new Isaac from Newcastle, now you know what that brings? That brings expectation. That brings expectation to the club. Now you have the best defense in the league. Your midfield is decent. Now you have one of the top strikers in the league.
Winning.
Win. No excuses. Now, the fact that he's after Sesko, that's going to be good in 4 years, tells me that you believe you have 4 years. You believe you're going to be Arteta. You believe you're going to be at Arsenal Football Club in 2029. At this rate, you can't be. So what are we doing?
I'm mad.
You know, and they're not listening to us anyway because Arsenal would go to Newcastle talking
Is
about
what it is.
The man don't want to hear anything about installments. We need our money
Yeah.
now. Up front. You know,
Of course.
we're not.
That's what. Because think about it, yeah. If you're Newcastle, BBK, sorry to cut you off, but like, if you're Newcastle, you want the money now because it's Isak. You need another striker. You need to really. That's big boots. That's big boots. You need to fill in. You need to bring a proper striker to actually, you know what I'm saying, get fit into Isak's boots, because what Isak's doing for Newcastle is just mad. I can't lie. But however, just saying Adam Wharton is so good, massively underrated. Some people compare him to English Cruz, but you don't want him.
Yeah, he's a good player.
We won't get players like that, however. We won't get players like that. You'll get a player that you're like, like, you know what I'm saying, like Zubamendi. All right. I'm not like, oh shit, it's Zubamendi. If I was to get Gyökeres, I'll be like, shit, we got Gyökeres today. You know what I'm saying? Now go for Rodrigo. Yeah. I want ballers. I want to see ballers. I want to see them scared of us now. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Nobody cares. Question, William Holmes. Big up to you, my friend. Do you think Rice deep positioning can force other midfielders like Odegaard and Havertz to drop deeper as well, potentially limiting our creativity and attacking contributions? I don't think Rice is is really like on the pitch. Rice is pressing on the same line that Odegaard is. So I don't really think Rice is deep positioning like you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But I really understand what you're trying to say here. See, the problem is it's not Rice where he presses. See, right, we press well. It's after we get the ball, what do we do with it? Because you can get the ball back, but then what are you going to do with the ball? And then it's just obvious. Where are we going to go? We're going to go right. We're going to give it to Saka. All the other team needs to do is double up on Saka. And then what happens? They get the ball again, and then we're going to press. Do you know what I'm saying, Williams? That's my thoughts on it. It's just that when we get the ball back, what are we going to do with it? That's where the problem with the creativity and the attacking contribution. But what's your thoughts on this, BBK?
No, I think Rice's positioning has nothing to do with Odegaard dropping deep. The thing with Odegaard, he just needs to make better decisions with the ball. So many times when he gets the ball, I see him, he'll run 30 yards just to give it Saka a 2-yard pass. Bro, just pass the damn ball to him. Let the ball do, and it's not like you're fast, right? It's not like, so when you run with the ball to Saka, all you do is drag the entire defense over to the right-hand side of the pitch. Just pass the ball to him early. Let the ball do the work. And Havertz, he drops deep to get involved in the play. So he can get, he likes to drop deep. That way he can hold the ball up, pass it back to Odegaard and get in the box. He's not going to turn and run with the ball. You know, so Havertz as a footballer is very limited. Very, very limited. Right. And like we said, like Declan Rice isn't very techie like that. He has an engine. He never gets tired. He can go and go and go and go. But Havertz, reason why he drops out, he's just very limited as a footballer, bro. He can't create for himself. Henry could create for himself. Isak can create for himself. And these men are strikers. You know what I'm saying? So Havertz doesn't create for himself, and he doesn't have the clinical touch of Erling Haaland to justify it and make.
He's really not good at anything, is he? Like, he's not a specialist at anything. He's not a specialist at headers. He's not a specialist in like him being fast or creativity. He's just positioning, baby. Positioning.
Yeah, I've been told his movement inside the box is elite. That's what I've been told by,
yeah, but does it matter if you don't score the goal? Because I think Nunez's movement is elite. I really do. His movement is correct. His finishing is not. So everybody will forget your movement because you didn't finish well. That's how it is. Yeah. If you don't score the goal, it doesn't matter how your movement was. People won't take you seriously. And that's what happens to Nunez. Because let's be honest, it's not easy to get one-on-one. It's not easy to get one-on-one on the keeper. Those tap-ins that Nunez misses, that's Nunez creating. That's him. That's his positioning. But unfortunately, when you're a striker, sometimes you're not good at that. You're not good at finishing. So you need to go maybe to a lower club that doesn't have the expectations of you scoring 20 goals. that has the expectations of you scoring 13, which you can do probably. Darwin
Yeah,
Nunes, I believe it can do, and Havertz can do that as well. 13.
Yeah.
But we need
He's
someone that 20 plus.
Yeah.
We need a, do you know what I'm saying, BBK?
That's what we need, and he's never done that. So I'm not even mad at Havertz at this point because we're asking him to, or Arteta is asking him to do something he's never done in his career, which is hit 20 goals ever. Not at Chelsea, not at
Facts.
Leverkusen. Here.
Here's a fun question for you, BBK, and me. Would you take Kimmich over Partey if Partey leaves? Hell fucking yeah. What? Is that a question? Are we really asking about Kimmich?
Are they about the same age, right? Isn't Kimmich like 32, 33? Let's keep Partey.
Yeah, he's something like that. He's something like
he's
that.
already in the Premier League, plays in the Premier League. Like, you know, Kimmich is a quality player, but you know,
some people believe that Partey is gone, BBK, you know,
yeah,
I'm kind of some of them people.
Yeah, I do too. But the money that you would have to pay for Kimmich and then put him on big salary, just keep Partey.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
True.
True. Jesus
True.
Christ, man.
It's not the smartest idea. Yeah, true. Fresh Drip is saying Arsenal fans are told to support the club, buy the merch, pay high ticket prices. They even overcharge us for food and drink. Yet the club never listens to its fans. What a relationship is this? Abusive fucking relationship. That's what it is, Fresh. You get me? Blink if you need help. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm blinking. God damn, somebody help us. Bro, do you remember one time, BBK? Somebody help us, bro. Nobody cares. You know one of them ones where like you're an abusive husband, and do you know what I'm saying? He's shouting at his girl, and everybody's like, oh,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In Tesco, just looking at shit like, oh shit, is that tomato sauce? Yeah, I better fuck off from here. I don't want no problems. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want no problem. That
one-way loyalty.
That's fucking Martin Keown and them one. Thank you. That's one-way loyalty. That's Martin Keown and them, man.
That's stupidity. One-way loyalty turns into stupidity, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're always supporting this and then this is not returning any other favors, bro, you're being taken advantage of. The hell with that. But yeah, Fresh Drip. Hey man, you're on smoke today. You are on smoke.
100.
Yeah, that's how we feel, bro. Yeah, bro.
He calls his That's what they are. Like this relationship with the players. What the fuck is going on? You get me? Even if you are gay, you know what I'm saying? Keep it to yourself, my friend. We're here to talk about football. We're here to love the game. It's about the football. Don't focus on the player. It doesn't matter if he wears Louis Vuitton or he has a Ferrari. I don't care. I want him on the pitch to perform.
We don't care about none of that shit. We don't care about that. We don't care about Rashford feeding kids. Not that we ain't got nothing wrong with, feeding starving kids and all that. Bro, the only reason why we know of you is because you play football. What you do off the pitch, that is irrelevant. You play for my football club. You know what I mean?
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all it is, bro.
That's your job. That's your job. Play for my football club, man. That's your job. I don't care about nothing else. But Strip is saying, is there a problem lies? No ambition at the club. We need elite players, not okay players. Hey, bro, trust me, man. That's what we've been. That's what me being BBK be talking about all the time.
Too many okay players in the squad. One or two is calm, right? You just can't have 8 or 9 starting regularly. You can't have Martinelli okay players, you know, starting 32 Premier League games. You just can't. Man.
You can't. If you're going for the league, you can't have eight okay players on the pitch. I'm sorry. You got to have like 5 okay players and 5 world class, or at least 3 or 4 world class, man. You need that. We won a FA Cup just with ABBA being world class. That's what it is. We had a shit team, all right team. You know what I'm saying? All right team, just like the team we have now.
Yeah, bro. This is the highest level of football, bro. You need top players to compete. Big up Gunnar Lane.
Facts, bro. Arteta don't want a proven striker because it will show his mistakes. Facts, bro. But do you know what it is, Gunnar Lane? This is what I believe, I believe that Arteta doesn't want to buy a striker because he believes that he can win games without one. He believes that he believes that he can win games without one, and he can actually win titles without a striker. Because he had 2 shots to buy a striker. The first one was Gabriel Jesus. All right, cool. Maybe you tried the false 9. It didn't work out. All right. And then next one was Havertz. Then I stood and I was like, all right, cool. So you want a false 9.
Mhm.
So it's not that your problem is with a striker. You want a false nine. You just can't come out and tell it to the Arsenal fan base because we're not used to this. We're
Yeah.
used to a striker that is a killer. We've had killers in this team. Even when we were in the shit, even when we were in slums, we had Sanchez, we had Van Persie, we had Abba. Do you know what I'm saying? So the fact he couldn't come up to the fan base and tell them, I really believe that we can win without a false nine.
Yeah. And if you're
You know what I'm
Arteta,
saying?
right? And if you're Arteta and you're so in love with Pep as your master, that who taught you how to play football, that you copy him so much that you play Zinchenko in the same position that Pep played Zinchenko. You have SKELLY, who's clearly a midfielder. You're gonna play him at left back, and you copying Pep and all this. How about you copy Pep? Because look, Pep only did the false nine thing once. Pep had Aguero. Aguero is not a false nine, bro. He is a striker. And then Pep got rid of Aguero and then went and got Erling Haaland. So how about you try that? Since you're trying everything that Pep does, try a bona fide striker and see how that works out. How about you add someone in the team that scores goals? Goals win. It's the hardest thing to do in football, is to score goals, right? And Gyökeres and Osimhen does that at a high level, a higher level than Kai Havertz and Sesko combined. Because if you add up Sesko's goals, and you add up Havertz and Sesko's goals, you get 22.
But it's the Portuguese league. For fuck's sake, man. You know, the other day we were linked. There you go. You know, he's overperforming because it's the Portuguese league.
Right. So you take that 39 goals out of the Portuguese league, you bring it down to 22, that still wins us
20.
Yeah, even 20.
Facts. 100%, man. 100%.
We don't draw 1-1 with Everton. We don't draw 0-0 with Everton. We don't draw 0-0 with
we score.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on. The evidence is just right there in front of our eyes. There's none so blind that he that don't want to see. So you can't show these top gooners anything wrong with Arteta because they don't want to see it. They'll just pick up the goalpost and move that. They got wheels on it. To the goalpost, they just tilt it and just roll that motherfucker. They ain't even got to lift it. You know what I mean? They just roll it down the street. And just
facts, bro. I'm saying that's what it is. This is what I do to Arsenal fans.
50 got stabbed that day.
This is what I do to Arsenal fans. That are top gooners.
He didn't get stabbed,
right?
Right?
Shut the fuck up with that shit.
Okay. He got
the
cut.
Motherfucker had a scratch.
She got
Tony, yo.
Shut the fuck up with that shit, man. Oh my days. We don't want to hear none of that. We don't want to hear excuses. So here's the next comment that we're going to move on to. And it's one of the excuses. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them. Oh my days. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Arteta played Declan Rice with a broken toe against Chelsea in November 2024 and played shit. Who plays a player with a broken toe? Facts. And then when it comes to them, it's always excuses. Oh, he was injured. Because of you. He was injured because of you. You didn't need to play Rice. Chelsea were having problems. Chelsea weren't the real Chelsea, like the usual Chelsea that we meet. So you don't have to play a full squad against them. We're way better than them. We should be.
Yeah.
But he played this guy and then he blames injuries. This is what pisses me off, BBK. You know what I'm saying? Pisses me off. And this fan score and this cult, this Arteta lovers will just gobble up anything he does, you know what I'm saying, and turn it into something. Now they're telling us that Sesko jumps high. He played NBA. He's good. He suits the system. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Here it is. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I swear to God.
What's your name, dude?
Certified Turtle.
Are you out your fucking mind? Get him out of here, man. Yeah. Hey, come on, man. You Ninja Turtle looking motherfucker.
Oh my God, the internet's undefeated. The internet's undefeated.
I swear to God, man, this bullshit, bro. I'm tired of it. I swear. I'm tired of it, man. Fresh Strip is saying, we're invincibles. How are we moving like this? My heart aches seeing this curse. Trust me, man. The other day I played 2003 Arsenal, man. I got copyrighted, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You saw it, yeah. I was just for the fucking, you know what I'm saying, just for us to remember the kind of team we had. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to play this shit football that we play. Days, man.
You know, I think we just have to educate a lot of these young guys, and these that football didn't start yesterday with Arteta, you know, because I'm old enough to see my team go to Old Trafford in 2002 and win the league with Thierry Henry not even playing.
Do you really think it's the youngers? Because let's be honest, there's a lot of AFTV, man. They've been through. They seen Graham Potter. You know what I'm saying? Sorry.
Yeah,
They seen Graham.
it's
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of Babs is. You know, like Babs is a young guy, and a lot of his following are young, right? And he's the king of excuses. Like, man has an excuse for everything, but man, like, he has a bag of them, and whatever you throw at him, he reaches down in that motherfucker. That won't work, and he throws it away, and he goes way back down in there, find another juicy one to try to debunk with. And then what he does is just hit you with a word salad. You know, he must have been on the debate team in high school or some shit, where, you know, if you argue correctly, you're never wrong. That's what debaters usually say. Right? It's like a politician.
Facts.
If you make an argument and you throw a couple of words in there and make it sound good, you can get away with doing stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't
at least create confusion, for the fans. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit. And that's why he just baffles us with bullshit all day long, and comes out and tells us you dominated the game with all this. Where do you think all these XG and all these stats and shit come from whenever we lose? You notice they never put up any of those stats when we win.
Facts.
It's only when we lose they have to justify the bullshit. So they go in their little labs and make up shit to pacify, you know, the shit manager.
Oh my days. Patron is saying you're right, Rashid, because Obi Martin was banging, but left because he realized Arteta would block his process. Facts, bro. Facts. You know what I'm saying? You need to leave, bro. There's nothing here for you. You're going to get second place. You're going to be all right. You're going to be the okay player. Do you really want to be the okay player? Why? Why would you? You've got better choices out there. There's an agent. He doesn't support Arsenal. These players that we want, they don't support Arsenal. See, it's all about business. It's how you talk to them. It's how you present your project, how much you pay, blah, blah, blah. You get me? It is what it is, man. But yeah, man, does Lewis Skelly deserve a new contract? Facts. I'll be real, yeah. Lewis Skelly deserves it. I'll be real. He does deserve a new contract.
That boy was holding his own against grown men. Like, grown men at 18 years old was handling his business like a boss. Yeah, big up to Skelly, man. And I hope he takes another step up.
I'll be exceeds, bro. I swear to God, he really deserved the best. He really deserved the best. Yeah, the Invisibles were a different class. That was a great video. Cheers, mate. Hey, big up, man. Big up William Holmes. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Unfortunately, I got to go because you know who's here. So yeah,
big up to the chat.
So yeah, man, big up to the whole chat, man. I loved it today. And listen, man, I stand by my word. This is from now on. Your mandem in the chat. Listen to this. This is what we're gonna from now on. This is what we do to these Arteta sexuals. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get the banner up. Let me get the banner up. There you go. Let me get the banner up. And this is how we're gonna end it, mandem. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. This is what we're gonna tell them. This is what we're gonna tell them. That's it. No more talking. No more talking.
You've got no friends. You don't know drowned.
Them fucking Hawks are playing well. I'm telling you.
Well, you want some?
Hey?
You want some?
Well, the Hawks are playing well, wouldn't
You
they?
want some or what?
Are you red?
You want some
They're
or what?
fantastic. They're fantastic.
You're playing shit because you've got no friends.
What
and
are
you're
you?
a load of wankers. If you want some, I'll give it you. You want to do with me?
I'm joking, man.
I can watch that all day, you know, I swear.
Big up, man. Hey.